both nations have refused to bow down. There are, these face-off going on at key points, at strategic points. Many also are drawing the conclusion that this is due to a fear of backlash on China's part. Also, India joining that group of nations demanding an inquiry against China, relating to the origin of this particular virus.
I agree with you. In fact, I wrote about it last week, that basically China always uses all sorts of pressure tactics to get you to fall in line with their strategic agenda. Now, China has spelled out many years ago that 4 or 5 items remain incomplete as far as the business is concerned with nations. The occupation of Taiwan, the occupation of South China Sea, settlement of the borders favorably with India and things like that. And China is particularly peeved right now because not just India joining 62 or more nations to censor China and ask for an open investigation to the Wuhan virus, but China is equally upset with India changing its FDI norms, which restricts Chinese companies from hostile takeovers of Indian businesses, because my belief is that China, having initiated the virus either by design or default, has been looking for fertile markets where companies and economies are crumbling, and China with its deep pockets would like to take over those. But as far as the border is concerned, I think India needs to really do something about defining its borders very clearly with China. The 3,488 kilometers line of actual control with China has remained a disputed issue since the time of Pandit Nehru. And though we've had multiple boundary talks with China, China hasn't been even willing to accept the maps we provide to them. So we have to move steadily forward in a direction that we have to spell out. And by admission, Indian government officials have, as late as last year, said that actually a boundary with China in the northern areas, what we call northern areas, China calls the western boundary between Ladakh and China, needs to be more clearly defined. China occupies territory to nibble away into your territory and then exercise all sorts of pressure for you to fall in line. But I think India is different from the India.
And that's a very important point that you're making. That was also the question that I asked Mr. RSN Singh. Earlier, whenever such incidents of face-offs were reported, it was always brushed under the carpet, saying that the borders have not been defined clearly, and that's why soldiers tend to cross over. And then, of course, through a dialogue, they go back to their positions. But this time around, it's not just one location or one key point. There are several such key points where the face-off continues.
Yes, even a few years ago when they had the standoff with India in Ladakh from Daulat Beg Oldie to Demchok and various places along the line of actual control, it was basically China's pressure tactics, and China exercises pressure whenever it seeks diplomatic advantages from you. Unfortunately, the area of our boundary settlement with China has been the domain of the Ministry of External Affairs. And the MEA thinks that it's achieved a lot as long as we don't fire shots at each other. But China understands your point only when you talk from a position of force. And that is what we did at Doklam. That is what we did at Sumdramchu. That is what we did before that in Nathula. So it's about time we define our terms of reference very clearly with the Chinese, that what China has nibbled away into Aksai Chin in the 50s, and Pandit Nehru's government ignored that and didn't let the matter become public till it went public in the parliament. So China needs to now be told very clearly, we are unwilling to allow any further nibbling away into Indian territory, whatever pushing and other activities the Chinese troops indulge in with Indian soldiers.
Now, but what kind of political statement are you expecting? Because, of course, our forces on ground, they are responding aggressively to each such move. But we do need a solid political statement on the situation as well.
Yes, I think we need to come out with a very clear political statement. The Foreign Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, has been both our ambassador to China and later on also as the Foreign Secretary. He is, I am quite confident, very familiar with the realities of the situation. So I think we have to start talking real. It just doesn't mean that you talk real with Pakistan and say we'll occupy all parts of POK, which actually, if you ask me, I think is militarily foolhardy. But if you can make those statements, then it's about time you make some strong statements here also.